As a teacher, it is important to ensure the creation of an inclusive educational environment where all students are valued and celebrated regardless of their background, their ability, or disability. Underpinning an inclusive classroom can be defined as all students having a shared identity and the collective belief that all students belong. The resource that has been created is a class puzzle which will enhance the inclusive culture within the classroom, as it will give every student an opportunity to express their individuality and celebrate their differences while remaining connected to all other members of the class. This resource applies the idea stated by Bentley, Williams and Morgan that all students are learners with equal rights but with a diversity of needs. There is a wide range of legislative requirements teachers need to consider and implement to ensure an inclusive environment for all students is created. The Melbourne Declaration on Educational Goals for Young Australians states that all Australian schools are required to provide students with access to high-quality education, free from discrimination while promoting equity and excellence. Hyde, Carpenter and Conway state that there are 7 key principles that generate an inclusive classroom. These principles work together in a recurring cycle, where the result of each principle depends on the success and the implementation of each of the other principles. 2 of these principles have been selected as the focus for this resource. Principle 2, Valuing Diversity, and Principle 6, Delivering Responsive Programs and Services. The Valuing Diversity principle requires all levels of the system to value diversity and operate within an inclusive framework. The implementation of this principle will require an inclusive education system that values and recognises the diversities within all school communities. The created resource demonstrates effective use of this principle by simply recognising the diversity of each student within the class and representing that diversity through the individually decorated puzzle piece, which will further be displayed on the classroom door. The displaying of this resource shows to the wider school community that in this class, everyone is treated equally and their respective diverse traits are accepted. The Delivering Responsive Programs and Services principle requires a range of coordinated programs and services that are provided to be flexible and delivered according to student needs. The implementation of this principle is the requirement of programs and services to be applied to ensure that the needs of all students in the class are met to achieve optimal outcome for every student. The slogan at the bottom of the poster, "Where everyone fits in," is demonstrating the use of the 6th principle. It is stating that the needs of the students will be met. This statement, combined with the puzzle pieces all joining together, depict every need of each student being met so that every student is provided equal opportunity for success. This resource will be implemented into the classroom at the beginning of the year and will be displayed on the entry door to the classroom. The displaying of the class puzzle on the door allows for the students to know that when they are walking into the classroom that they are entering a safe educational space where they are going to be respected and feel included. To create the resource, each student will be given an individual puzzle piece with their name on it to decorate however they choose by using illustrations of their likes and interests that will demonstrate their uniqueness. Once the students have created their puzzle piece, they will stick them back up on the wall, connecting themselves to one another and thereby creating their class puzzle. The students are given no limitations as to what they can display on their puzzle piece, to allow for everyone to value the diversity of each piece of the puzzle. The teacher of the class will also create their own piece of the puzzle to promote and demonstrate to the students that in this classroom, an inclusive environment is for everyone. The main outcome of this resource is for students to celebrate their diversity and to be proud of who they really are. However, another important outcome of this resource is to allow students to have the collective belief that they belong in this class and to allow the students to see that even though they may have differences, they do all fit in. Belonging is one of the essential human motivators as stated in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and when students see that they are belonging, they should become more successful and flourish, as a sense of belonging is an important factor in facilitating an inclusive educational environment. This resource promotes students' social and emotional well-being by allowing not only the teacher but other students in the class to get to know their peers and discover and accept the diversity and similarities amongst them. This resource allows for students to recognise their differences and be proud of who they are and to accept other students no matter their differences. This connects to the collaborative for academic, social and emotional learning core competencies of social awareness and relationship skills, as it allows students to take ownership of their individual identities and display this on their puzzle piece however they choose. Through this creation of the class puzzle, the support of the teacher-student relationships are strengthened, as it allows the teacher to get to know the students in their class and participate in conversations with them about their interests and personal traits, which may be diverse from their own. This will aid in the social and emotional well-being of students, as it will allow them to feel accepted and included within their classroom by gaining and developing both a positive teacher-student and student-student relationships. With this, the resource creates an inclusive classroom environment which assists and supports the development of social and emotional well-being for all students. The importance and necessity of implementing inclusive education for all students is clearly identified, and the implementation of this resource allows for the opportunity to remove a deficit outlook from students.